If you are looking for a good trader to invest your money and trade your money for profit, here's a quick recap of how I did since I've been trading my new strategy. So I started out on the Quotex platform because the strategy was first made to trade the binary options on news releases. So at the bottom here you can see I lost a lot of money in the beginning because I did not know exactly how to trade the news yet. And then I finished my research and I knew exactly what news to trade. And this is where I got my first investor, someone I've known for a long time. He invested $500 into the strategy. You can see that in the transactions. Let's go. Here you got the deposit to the account. So let's get back to trade. Here on the 15th of December, I really nailed down the strategy and started to trade every news release I was certain of which would be good. So here are all the trades that happened. As you can see, I made a lot of winning trades here. But it is at this point that I started to realize that these binary options platforms, they are not all that reliable, and a lot of people lost money trying to withdraw their money from the platforms. So I wanted to pivot to a new strategy, not on binary options, but on the normal forex and oil markets, also using the same news. So let's show that. Here I'm going to be completely transparent. This is going to be 8-cap statements, the new strategy. Okay, here. As you can see, I closed the day with a profit of 155, which was a 50% gain on the account. But I was risking very much because this was my own capital, not investor capital. So I got a very high risk appetite. So this was a massive profit. Then the next day, just this email, I made another 64 in profit. So the total account is at 519. Then let's continue the mails. Here is where I put the money from Quotex on the account, so I could also trade the investors' money on the 8-cap account. And I lost some money on some small trades that were not news trades, where I was trying to trade price action. But as you can see, it's not as profitable as the news. I was losing money. So nowadays I don't do it, I just keep it to my number one strategy, which works. So let's continue here. Okay, we're in the same page. Let's go here. Again, small trades, nothing special. This was not news trades. Also again, same thing. Same thing, not really doing the news strategy. I think it's at this point, not sure. It's here that I started to trade new strategy. There were some oil news here. I lost some money because, of course, you can't always win. So I lost 97 euro on the account. This is where I withdrew 200 euro of my personal assets from the account to buy a funded trading account. Here another $30 loss on an oil trade. So not good at all. This is a small loss. Then the next release was some Euro news and some oil news. This was yesterday, on Friday. We made 79 euros in profit. So the account is up at 976. So let's visualize that real quick, how the investors' money has done. Here is one of my investors. He started with 475 euro. It was $500, but in euro it's 475. And this is how the account has been growing and dropping over time. So you can see we did very good in the beginning. Then it consolidated a bit. We dropped down, we made some losses on oil. And then I made some gains on oil and we are recovering. So this is how the investor money did. And let me show you some of the research for the binary options. Scroll down. This was the equity curve I was predicting if you risked 5% per trade. And this is at 10% per trade. So it's after I discovered this equity curve, which news it was that produced these results from 4 months of backtesting and 200 plus news releases, that I decided my exact strategy. Here's a quick look at the data I gathered to get my new strategy with a trade with investors' money. These are all the news releases. I show the direction of the news release that I expect before I take the trade. After 1 minute, I show the 15-minute outcome, the 30-minute outcome, and the 1-hour outcome, because I wanted to decide what is the perfect time to hold a trade on the binary options platform. I did this for all the important news I could find on Forex Factory in the past, and I did this for a lot of news, for 219 news releases. So after that, I started to categorize all these news releases into different types of news releases, and I made a list of which types of news releases to trade, the only best list, which I cannot show to you guys because, well, it's company secret. Otherwise, you guys can just trade the exact same strategy as I trade. So, just to show you guys a bit of how I got to this point, and maybe you will start to go to Forex Factory yourself, watch the calendar, look at past news releases, and then start to discover a strategy. But if you don't want to do all this work, you can just invest. Okay, here is a quick look at the equity curve of the binary options strategy with only the best types of news releases. As you can see, there's not a lot of drawdown and massive gains. This is the past 4 months. So right now I no longer trade the binary options because there are not a lot of good platforms to trade them on. But now I trade on eightcap. But I expect a similar equity curve on the eightcap account.